Hello and welcome back to Squid Junction. I am Leaf and I am joined here by the greasiest little guy alive, Bio. And we're going back into our next match. I believe it is winners finals, and we're going to be watching Pickup versus Chumpy Lane.
Yeah, well, as we've said, I am Bio, their greasiest little friend. And yeah, as I said, we're
You
winning
admit
to
it. You even
winners
admit it.
finals. Chumpy Lane versus Pickup. Two very strong teams that have been showing their prowess throughout this tournament, fighting their way through the winners bracket to finally end up in the penultimate match of the evening. Now, looking at the teams, Chumpy Lane does definitely stand out with nine players on their roster.
I
It's
didn't even know that was
definitely,
possible. I'm gonna
well,
keep it real.
Battle standards are lax. But however, I'm seeing some names that do definitely stand out. Kai, Caden, Lalo, or Oscar. So this is definitely a very high level team. And then of course Pickup has teams such as Nightmares Joe and other players of that caliber. So we're going to come in here flat zones on Hagglefish Market. Pretty similar comps coming out from both sides, except with a stamper on the side, um, I'm sorry, on the side of the wait, sorry about that. On the side of Chumpy Lane, we're coming in here. Early crab on the side of Chumpy Lane, trying to find a little bit of value, but will be denied by another crab and try strikes from Pickup.
Yeah, like you said, really standard comps over here. Nothing, not reinventing the wheel, not doing anything out of the ordinary. Pickup is going to be moving further, taking the zone, taking that lead just a little bit further, and setting themselves up for a pretty good push in all honesty. They do have two down on Chumpy Lane, so they are going to be, buying themselves a bit of space to move forward. However, the pick from the machine does level the playing field quite a little bit and allows for Chumpy Lane to move. And that would be if they were not three down. Pickup continues to paint the zone and is going to cap further and further, pushing their lead up into the 60s at this point, which is pretty solid so far. Chumpy Lane is starting to get some specials ready to push in, but Pickup has plenty of their own to keep this hold going for quite a while.
Definitely, and you're seeing how Pickup are playing to their weapon strength. This double splash, double machine combo has been pretty popular for the last few months, as just the two weapons synergize with each other very, very well, even with one of the splashes being of the Neo variant. But regardless, we're seeing Chumpy Lane pushing very, very well with some specials such as Booyah Bomb, and this machine going very aggressive, getting a pick, but not quite able to find a second. But Chumpy Lane are doing a great job of playing off of the aggression coming out from their Slayers and just taking up so much space. Look at already how much presence they have on Pickup's court. They're really holding it with two specials on line. Tri-Strike coming out, trying to deny the 10 area. Pick comes out on the machine. Zipcaster coming from the Stamper, tries to find a pick, but does break the crab. That may just be enough. Another crab coming out the side of Chumpy Lane. That's two down on the side of Pickup, and honestly, the points are ticking down pretty rapidly here, and Pickup are really, really struggling to get an actual, coordinated push with all members up. They just keep going 1-2 down from straight picks on the side of Chumpy Lane, and just like that, like I said, points were ticking down very, very quickly, and even though Pickup had the advantage at the beginning of the game, Chumpy Lane just had such a great luck out there that just kept Pickup from, like I said, making a coordinated push to the zone.
Yeah, looking like just based on the first minute or two of that game, you would not expect it to go so strongly in Chumpy Lane's favor, but they were able to swing things around very, very well and just take it back. Establishing a very, very strong lockout of themselves, even though they had trouble getting out of when Pickup pushed them into a lockout. So we're gonna see how this goes as we switch from zones onto Clamlet. It's a very different mode, but some of the always the same fundamentals. How do you think that Mako Mart Clams is gonna fare out?
I definitely think that the machine and the stamper are going to have the advantage here. Those two weapons are really, really good for dealing with this map's geometry. They're both advantage. Stamper because it has a lot of it can obviously poke the two stacks on the map with its verticals, its its directs and its burst bombs. And then Machine also has a lot of weird angles that it can hit from, which is a trend occurring along all the sloshers and blasters. So I do think that both teams are going to stick with those weapons, especially Chumpy Lane coming out with that Stamper and Machine. So I think they're gonna have a great time there. The splashes, I don't think we're going to see a lot of vanilla Splash-O-Matic, since Crab here has been seeing a bit of a decline in favor of Tri-Strike. So I think we're most likely going to see double, if not exclusively Neo Splash on this map, since I don't think Crab Tank is that popular on Mako Mart anymore.
Yeah, well, no more speculating. Why bother speculating? We can just go right into it and see what these guys are going to be running. From the side of Chumpy Lane, we see the return of one of the vanilla splashes, but like you said, one of the Neo splashes is going to be coming out as well, and the ever so popular, ever so growing in popularity Ballpoint coming out from the side of Pickup. I'm definitely excited to see how this goes here. Basically the same comps, well, I mean, I guess if you squint really hard, but we'll see how this goes. Already a pick coming out from one of the players of Pickup onto Chumpy Lane, 2 down on the side of Chumpy Lane. Pickup is giving themselves something going pretty fast here. Not a lot of clams on their side, but with how much of the map they have controlled, already push it all the way up into Chumpy Lane's basket. The clam economy will follow. Crab's going to be coming out to try to hold them back, but it's not really going to do all that much, as the Inkjet is going to come out and further their control.
Definitely, and we're seeing already, we're seeing Chumpy Lane get fall on the back foot with both their Crab broken and 2 down on the side, but nevertheless, the Machine on the side of Chumpy Lane evens it out with 3 down on the side of Pickup now. They have a lot of specials online. We're going to see this Booyah Bomb come out, try to make some presence in front. One of the members of Pickup is making some picks on the right side, though. Although Chumpy Lane do manage to score, that's only a power clam, and they're not in any position to keep the push going. Another pick comes out on the side of Chumpy Lane, and Pickup are quickly pushing forward. Look at that, they're just staggering Pickup very, very aggressively. And, but those 2 down, those 2 picks may be what deters it. They do get lead by 3 points, but it's still very, very even. And now Chumpy Lane have a pity clam. They are going to be able to have a fast push if they can stagger their specials well and get that pity clam.
Yeah, not exactly the kind of pushes you want to be seeing from clamlets. You always want to be seeing those really nice, super long pushes where they push all the way down, 40, 50, 60 points even. Not what we've been seeing. These teams have been struggling to get the clam, just get the control for a sustained period of time. That's something that I find super interesting here, and it's not something you see all that often. Now, we are going to be moving forward, and then popping some specials, Tri-Strikes going out, and they do have plenty of clams on their side. I believe they have that power clam plus plenty left from that user that is currently stuck in the Crab Tank. Zip Pass going out to cause a bit of destruction. Is only that Ballpoint left alive, and they are being torn apart by that Stamper, is what I would say if they weren't, taken out instead. A few points went on the board here. We're getting a few more, but it's still not the long substantial push that we wanted, at least I think. And the scoreboard is very blurry on my screen. All the way to 43. That's a good one. We're halfway through the game. There's plenty of time for Pickup to respond, but that's a very good start for Chumpy Lane.
Definitely, 43 points is nothing to scoff at, and even though we are seeing Pickup start to gather some steam with 2 specials online, Chumpy Lane do have the advantage. That's a 3v3 now, 1 down on both sides, but the Tri-Strikes are going to demolish one of the Chumpy Lane's machines, and we're seeing a similar situation here. That's a delayed wipe for Pickup. Chumpy Lane trying to get some presence on the board to make yet another push. And Pickup, they kind of lost all their momentum. They needed to push there. They had the pity clan, they had some of the map control, but they used a lot of their specials really early, really aggressively, and Chumpy Lane just were able to punish them, like we saw with the Booyah Bomb and the Tri-Strikes. But just as I say that, I'm gonna bite my words. That is a Crab Tank coming out from Pickup, is going to get denied by the Tri-Strikes, and just 1 clam away from getting lead. Pickup is not going to be able to make that much out of their push, and Chumpy Lane are going to stay in the lead.
However, that lead is still not super safe for Chumpy Lane. It would only take a power clam and 2, 3 extra power clams or extra little mini clams to cause that lead to swing over. And that's not a especially hard task. Especially now that these teams seem to be getting a feel for each other a little bit more and seem to know how to get control a little bit better. But as we enter the last minute, it really does start to get nervous from here. Chumpy Lane goes 2 down, which is not something that they want to see at this stage when they know that their lead is so close to being taken from them. We are going to see the machine has that 3 out. They're trying to get the specials ready for a push. Both of them actually have it, but as I say that, 2 of the members of Pickup do go down, which does mean that Chumpy Lane is kind of going to have more mid-presence. It's going to take more and more for Pickup to get the push that they want. And actually, as I say that, looks like we might be almost seeing a push from Chumpy Lane, a last-minute thing, but they miss the clam. They go 3 down. And Nightmare now, or not Nightmare, sorry, Pickup now has a chance to really push in and see if they can finally take that lead back in these last few seconds.
For sure, with only 10 seconds left on the clock, it is looking a little bit desperate for Pickup. Chumpy Lane trying to maintain some map control, but Pickup is slowly trying to push in. This Booyah needs to come up big, but one of the members of Pickup gets picked. And it is only the machine left on Chumpy Lane, but time is running out. They need to survive here. Wait, power clam coming out. Oh, just 2 clams. 2 clams on this Pickup, and it will decide it. They're going to throw in the power clam. And that, as you were saying, that was such a fragile lead. Pickup just needed a few points on the board to finally take that comeback. And game 2 will be going to Pickup, taking this to a 1-1 set.
I think it would have been the tragedy of the century there if I think it was Pelu who was stuck in the crab was not able to go and score because of it. But unfortunately, one of their teammates was there to just go ahead and take it home for them. But we return next. We return to Splat Zones, which is a mode that we saw Chumpy Lane absolutely run it home. But this is a double zones map. It's a different map, and we did see Pickup have a very, very strong hold at the beginning of that match. So it's very it's a toss-up of what we could see here. I could see it going to either side though. It was a very close match that first time, but we'll see.
For sure. Splat Zone's Manta Maria is definitely very different from Hagglefish, especially with the emphasis on verticality. There are those bunkers, those all that high ground, that grading area. It's definitely gonna be a pretty big change of pace for both teams. Now, there are 4 weapons that we've seen. The staple ballpoint, machine, splash, stamper are definitely, I believe, still going to be very, very good here, especially the ballpoint though. I think we're going to see if both teams have good ballpoint players. I think we'll see both teams run a ballpoint on this map, since it is very effective both with its fizzy bomb, the main weapon, and the inkjet for just contesting a lot of space and holding it.
We love to see a ballpoint winning. It's one of the, it really just feels like overnight we just saw a switch flip and then now suddenly ballpoint's good, and I'm so happy. It's fantastic. It's one of the most fun weapons to watch. You always love to see a good inkjet clip come out, but also just the main weapon's fun. It's a healthy weapon. I've seen people complain about it, and what are you doing? Why are you complaining about it? Would you rather go back to double splash, double machine? Is really what I'm saying.
Well, ironically enough, that is actually what we're seeing on the side of Pickup, double machine, double splash. But yeah, I do agree. Ballpoint is definitely one of the cooler meta weapons that we have been seeing, and especially since it gets to shine on a lot of these maps, such as Manta Maria, is definitely something that it has going for it. It's and with these two teams, the weapons that they play, I do think that a ballpoint coming out from Chumpy Lane wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. But regardless, like you said, we've no more speculating. Let's see what teams are cooking up, and not quite a ballpoint, but a heavy. It is now going to be the Splatling battle, the 2 best Slatlings in the game right now, ballpoint and heavy, going at it head to head. Pretty standard comps coming out from both sides, aside from, of course, the Splatlings. Chumpy Lane going for the double splash, while Pickup goes for the double machine. Pretty standard crabs coming out from both sides, but Chumpy Lane will be getting the opening pick, but it's quickly evened out by Pickup. Both machines down, and both teams are just trying to find a way in. This Heavy's playing very, very aggressively on the grading area, but will be contested by this Inkjet. Can the Inkjet get a pick? Yes, it can, but it will be a trade, and the Heavy on the side of Chumpy Lane is already basically behind Pickup, going for a very aggressive play, going for a far flank. You do not see this. Oh, no, never mind. It's simply a jump back, but definitely did stall for quite a bit of time and got out with their life and their special.
I really like Hot Dog style here. Heavy has been outshined by Ballpoint a lot lately, but it still has a very solid nuke of its own. It's still a very strong main weapon. It still can just do a lot, even if it's not quite the level that Ballpoint is at. But we're going to be seeing them continue to go in, getting a pick, playing really far forward, which is just kind of how Heavy can shine sometimes. And Chumpy Lane is now kind of in their comfort zone here. We saw them thrive at getting that lockout in the first game, and I can really see this going really well from them really well for them from here on out. They do go 2 down, unfortunately, though. This Inkjet is going to help Pickup break back in. But it's not going to be completely seamless. We do see a lot of members of Pickup go down as well. This Ballpoint is going to try to get in, but with the tri-strikes, they are forced back out. Going back into their streets and gonna eventually actually get cut off by one of the members of Chumpy Lane going through cut and going on a very effective flank that got a lot of mileage. Their cold continues, and we are seeing it rapidly approach 0 here.
Definitely points are ticking down very, very quickly. 7, 6, 5. It's 2 down the side of Chumpy Lane, though. 3 down. If Pickup can just paint, and that is a wipeout. And Pickup finally getting a second chance. We are not quite out of the fight yet, folks. Chumpy Lane looking to set up an offense, and they find a quick pick on the Ballpoint. This is not looking good for Pickup. They're really struggling to set up a good hold here, like Chumpy Lane did to them, getting all the way down to 4 points. This Heavy looking to find a good wave breaker spot. There it is. Gonna deny all that street area and just keep Pickup from pushing far forward. One of the splashes on the side of Chumpy Lane gonna push in on the left side with the tri-strikes. Not gonna find any picks though. This Inkjet, this is what I'm saying. Look how much pressure it gets on this map, but no picks coming out quite yet. And in fact, it's gonna be 2 down on the side of Pickup. Chumpy Lane trying to push forward with yet another set of tri-strikes, moving this Ballpoint out of position. Not quite able to defend the space that it needs, and just quickly gonna get picked off by the 2 splashes. And Chumpy Lane finally being able to break Pickup's defense and get control of the zone once more.
Things are looking pretty scary for Chumpy Lane for quite a while. We really have seen them kind of struggle on the retakes against Pickup, but once they're out, we already see them going and holding super, super far up, making it very impossible, or no, very hard for Chumpy Lane or for Pickup to get back out. Inkjet, is going to help with that, getting some nice picks. Chumpy Lane is 2 down and is starting to look pretty scary for them yet again. But they're not quite gone yet. Like, they just really are so fantastic at holding that we see them are just able to hold on despite everything. Despite players going down, they're still able to get the jumps and kind of hold for so long. Getting 2 down on the side of Pickup, one of the splashes and the Ballpoint going down. One of them is in the crab right now, and so that is going to be difficult, but the crab gets taken down. 3 down on the side of Pickup. That's just a machine. They have the Booyah at the ready, but they're going to be chased down very far. That is a wipeout for Chumpy Lane, and with only 50 seconds left in the game, 40 points left on the board, it's hard to look. It's looking pretty rough for Pickup. It's hard to see them taking this back.
Definitely Pickup just trying to kind of desperately. They still have a little bit of time, so they can't quite feed in here. They have time to charge specials, and in fact, they have 3 online. Duyabam coming out. Can it make enough space to set up this other specials? But they popped 3 at a time. They did get a pick on the machine, but all that Chumpy Lane need to do is just stall out and stay alive. Heavy gets a pick on the Ballpoint, gets a trade, but it's a lot of specials. And Chumpy Lane, even with picks coming down on their side, it is going to be their game. I'm not sure if I like that retake coming out from Pickup. They did a good job of using the Booyah Bomb to set up their push at the beginning, but then they just instantly popped both Inkjet and Crab Tank. Those aren't specials that you want to use at the same time. They're not necessarily that good a duo. You want to use them staggered. You want to space them out. You want to set up the Crab. You want to put the Crab Tank to set up the Inkjet, or vice versa. But popping them both at the same time just let Chumpy Lane kind of wait them out. And even though they did get picked off, they simply persevered and got some picks of their own, giving them the zone in the last crucial seconds. So I'm not sure if I like Pickup's retake there at the end. It was so important for them to manage their resources correctly, which they didn't quite do.
Yeah, but yeah, Chumpy Lane definitely proves that they are the heroes of zones, taking it, 2 for 2, basically. That's all that they're going to have the chance to. We are going to return to Clan Blitz, which we did see Pickup take just barely last time. But it's going to be on a different map. It's going to be on Museum this time, which plays, similarly, and yet different. That's how stages work, to Mako Mart, and I'm excited to see how that goes. What if Chumpy Lane managed to take this one out? They do buy themselves a direct ticket to Grand Finals. No losers bracket required. Very exciting for stakes are high. Winners Finals is always a fantastic one to watch. And I'm excited to see how these teams go. What do you think they're gonna run on Clams Museum?
Ballpoint. Actually, I think we will see them stick with the Slatlings on both teams. Heavy is a tried and true staple backline on this map, and it's been pretty popular for a pretty long time for a good reason. That Wavebreaker can set up on the enemy's plaque and control a lot of space, and the main weapon is just great for controlling the mid area and keeping the other team from getting a lot of momentum. While Ballpoint is, well, Ballpoint, why wouldn't you run it? So I do think we're going to see both teams come out with Splatlings on this side. One coming out from Chumpy Lane, the classic Heavy, while Pickup are going to opt out of the Ballpoint for a 52. Not definitely something very interesting, and especially on a match point game like this. I guess Pickup want to see if changes are what's going to give them another chance at the set, but it's not looking too good for them. They do manage to get a pick. 2 down on the side of Chumpy Lane. This machine actually lives. Very, I was not expecting that. The Heavy and the Neo Splash on the side of Chumpy Lane trying to hold Plat with Tri-Strike with Paint, and they do manage to. The machine is very isolated on Chumpy Lane's Plat, so if they might just get picked off, yes they do. And now any momentum that Pickup had is starting to slowly slip. Although they do have a couple of specials, they are going to use them very close together, which, as we saw last game, I'm not sure is a very good idea. They get picked, they get yet another pick, and it is only Pelu left, swiftly picked off by the Heavy on the side of Chumpy Lane, and now Pickup is left reeling.
Yeah, the aggression that Pickup is trying to run here. It's very beneficial on this map because it does take a lot, and you really, to get onto the pot, you really want to be able to take any opportunities that you can, so that faster comp does benefit from that. But it also, they can be forced on the defense so fast without that stuff to hold. We do see Chumpy Lane go for a push here. They pop the Crab, they pop the specials. They were going for flanks, but they do unfortunately fall a bit flat. Crab gets taken out. 3 members down, and Pickup yet again has a chance to go. We're seeing the same things that we saw on the Clan Blitz Mako Mart thing go down, where these teams just aren't able to get the holes that we need for a push. We are almost halfway through this game, and we've yet to see anything substantial happen. So I'm excited to see how this goes. Pickup is looking very strong right now. They have the clams. They don't have too many specials on their side. The 3-bomb is going to come out, but they do have Chumpy Lane in quite a bind, and there we go. That's the first score of the game going out from Pickup.
Finally, Chumpy Lane is, however, that's only a score of 20, and Chumpy Lane is going to get that pity clam. This is what we saw in the Mako Mart game. Chumpy Lane is going to be getting the advantageous pity clam, which is going to give them some reassurance for both that special charge and the threat of a push. Pickup trying to defend here with those walls, with those machine, but one of the splash on the side of Chumpy Lane just going to be using its incredible mobility to space out a lot of the weapons on the side of Pickup, staying alive even after just running around basically the entire map, gets a pick on the machine, and now they're in a prime position to score. If they can just live this splash, they do, and that is now an instant score of 60, instant lead for Chumpy Lane. Pickup is struggling to defend as their members got pinched between the plat and the far left side. No points are going to be coming out from Chumpy Lane, however, as they go 2 down, but that is still a pretty good lead on their part. 60 to Pickup's 80. They definitely have the advantage here and are no pressure to make something happen.
Yeah, we do see the crowd come out, putting pressure on the flat all throughout mid. Still a very, very, very strong weapon, especially on this map. And they also have 2 Booyahs in tow to use to try to break his defenses. Crab on violence towards this Crab as the 52 tries to force it out. It gets forced, not going to get much value. We see also the 52 try to advance onto the upper bats area, but are forced out. Looks like Pickup's push is not really going the way they wanted it to, and Chumpy Lane, it has a very strong defense here, it seems. Already forcing them back into mid. We do see another Crab come out from Pillow on mid, but it does get also taken out, and Chumpy Lane is starting to look pretty good for themselves. Still, mid is contested. We're basically back in a kind of a neutral situation. Pigs going out left and right, Tri-Strikes going out, Crab going out to buy them some space, and we do see one of the splashes, this Neo Splash, trying to capitalize on that and push forward. But 2 members going down, 1 minute left. It's only this Neo that we've been following for quite a bit left alive. We're going to be forced to defend, and Pickup trying to go forward as fast as they can. They have the power plant, they have plenty after that, and they have a few specials at their disposal. That Booyah is going to go out, and that Crab is also going to go out. Lots of pressure. They're going to jump the clam in, even though they're 5 feet away. They get the lead, but they are 3 down. It's only the splash. They are going to be forced to back up here, but they kind of hold their ground a little bit, jumping out, it seems. But Chumpy Lane, they only have 30 seconds left, plus whatever overtime they can scrape out to get all the way down to 50 points, or a little bit below. They're going to need the power plant, but they're also going to need a few clams after that, and that can be the hard part. So they're going to use their specials and try to get back onto flats.
Definitely. Pickup, and actually this is the situation you do not want to see. Even though Pickup is doing a pretty good job of defending, Chumpy Lane are really, really struggling to get there. However, a crucial pick on the 52. Pickup now has no wall. They don't have their main Slayer. The splash does go down the side of Chumpy Lane, but they're just going to respond with a Booyah Bomb to start forcing their way in. This machine loses the 1v1, however, that's crucial. Their overtime timer is basically over, and unless they manage to score, they don't quite. And Pickup finally bring this set to a 2-2 and a game 5. Finally coming back from finally proving themselves as the king of Clamblitz in this set. And now we're seeing both teams move out of their element to a game 5 on tower control. Finally, a mode that we have not seen these 2 teams clash on before.
Yeah, I just want to touch for a second on like how punishing Clamblitz overtime can be. It's just the 20 seconds is so rough. You can get a good push going, but it's hard. It is so hard. You just have such limited time. It's rough. It is incredibly rough. But like you said, unproven territory. We have not seen these 2 teams play out on tower control yet, and it is very, very hard to imagine what's going to go on here. These 2 teams definitely seem to have modes that they do better and worse in, as all teams do. But it's going to be interesting to see how tower control goes. Tower control Sturgeon, what are your general thoughts?
Very, very aggressive mode. So I think this is definitely going to favor the team that can not only enable its Slayers to push up in front, but set up its specials in prime positions. One of the classics on this map is the Crab Tank on top of the Sniper, the Crab Tank on the Spinner, since that just dominates so much area in the enemy's court and really keeps them from getting close to the tower. It's going to give the attacking team a lot of space to work with and set up their Slayers with the picks they need to shine. So like I said, this is a very, very both aggressive mode and an aggressive map. So I think it's going to favor whichever team can play its resources very cautiously yet aggressively. And I would say that definitely probably favors Pickup, as we've seen some more aggressive comps come out from them with the ballpoint and the 52. And although they've been struggling a little bit against Chumpy Lane's slightly slower playstyle, I do think they may have the advantage on this map just due to how the map favors those types of strategies.
Yeah, definitely, but we are going to be going right into it. Right now, we're going to see what these teams are running as we go on. Match point, winner gets a free ride to Grands, losers has to fight it out in losers. Ballpoint returning from Hot Dog over there. They are returning to form. Well, pick up, why change what works? They are going to return to the Double Machine Splash 52. It's got them here to Game 5, and they're definitely hoping it's going to bring them to Grand. So here we go.
Definitely, Crab coming out from pickup as per usual is not going to quite get so many picks though, and that's now two specials used on the side of pickup, the Whale and the Crab Tank, and they have nothing to show for it. In fact, they actually, one of the members does get picked. It is evened out by one of the members of pickup, but it's still not enough. Chumpy Lane starting to get a lot of space from their specials as they try to find picks, but I stand corrected. That's two down on the side of Chumpy Lane. Pickup looking to push very aggressively with those two shooters and Double Machine. They definitely have the advantage. This is what I was saying. Pickup have a very aggressive composition here, quad front line pretty much. So they are definitely going to be favored for pushing very aggressively, but they might have overextended just a little bit. Three down on the side of pickup. The remaining splash is going to be forced to use their crab just to stall out mid, and even then it's not enough. And now pickup are trying to come back with no specials, just respawned, and with Chumpy Lane having a significant map control advantage.
Yeah, momentum is swinging pretty hard in terms of Chumpy Lane. They're going to use their crabs. They're going to use basically every special they have at their disposal, and yet they still are going to go two down. They do have the lead, though, however, that is going to be something crucial that they come away with, as well as a broken checkpoint. And so it was definitely worth it for them to kind of explode like that and, use all the resources they had. They still aren't out of it either. They may have lost court, but they still have mid, and they can still use that to build resources and keep on going. Getting a pick on the machine, throwing the Booyah out and just buying space in front of the tower. It doesn't look like they're quite yet ready to push just yet, but they're getting there.
Definitely a small little dance happening all the way down in Fight Club, but it will be solved by the machine on the side of Chumpy Lane. Pickup struggling. There's yet another underneath the map. These guys love that that bottom mid area, but it's not going to matter. That's three down. Well, that's now three respawning on the side of Pickup. They have no specials aside from that Booyah Bomb that they just used. Chumpy Lane starting to push forward with that crab tank set up on the top spinner. This is what I was saying. Though that positioning is so devastating for crab tanks on the aggressive team. Tri-strikes coming out from Chumpy Lane. Not going to get a lot of value there. They are going to go two down, actually. It's now 2v2 on both sides. It is going to depend on which team can get those crucial picks. It will end up being Pickup finally managing to defend against Chumpy Lane. Surprising aggression. It is still 2 minutes on the clock, though. This is definitely winnable for Pickup if they just play their cards right. They have a few specials online, such as Booyah Bomb, and we're going to see how they're going to space them out and make this work for themselves.
Yeah, they are, definitely have a bit of momentum under their feet, and with that Booyah Bomb coming out, with that crab up on Snipe, things are looking pretty good for them. This lead is going to be definitely hard to defend, especially it's kind of how this map mode works. It starts to snowball from here on out. It's all uphill for Pickup as long as they can just maintain control. We're seeing Luke pushing it even further and try to pressure the ballpoint, who is just going to get pincered over here. Checkpoint broken, or almost broken. Lead has been taken, 3 down on the side of Pickup. That is going to be almost it. But the 52 here just keeps holding on, buys their team a few more points before all of the members of Pickup are finally flushed out. Chumpy Lane only has a minute to retaliate.
Well, definitely, and this is what I was saying. You just saw how quickly Pickup snowballed that push. This is what we needed to see from them. That aggressive playstyle that I was talking so much about before this game began, is finally starting to pay off with the lead of 21. And even though they just went 2 down, they still have control of mid. It's going to need a huge effort on the side of Chumpy Lane to actually get a good push into their court. We might see this with the tri-strikes coming out. It is going to be a pick on the machine. I'm not sure if that was a good overextension. They're going to come back, and they do have 2 specials online for Pickup's push, but I'm not sure. Crab Tank comes out from the right side of their court, Pickup looking to get some picks. They find one. It is going to be evened out though by an overextension from the 52. Tri-Strike's coming out to try and pressure some of Pickup's defenses. It is going to be a trade on the top right, but this is crucial. It is only the machine alive. Pickup need to keep them walled out from the court. 2 seconds left, and that should be game for Pickup.
Oh, a heartbreaking loss, as I think that's Caden just stepped on the tower. But that is going to be Pickup taking the game. That is going to be the set going to Pickup. That is Pickup going to be returning in Grands and Chumpy Lane, being locked out into loser's bracket for now.
That was definitely some very, very close games. Chumpy Lane had the advantage earlier in the set with that 2-1 against Pickup. They seemed set up to win, but Pickup just managed to win those 2 crucial games and finally prove that their aggressive style worked, as I predicted on Tower Sturgeon. Well, it was a great effort from both teams, but as we've said, we are going to be seeing Pickup go straight to grand finals, with Chumpy Lane being cast down to the depths of losers bracket, where they will be competing against the current champion of losers for their losers final run. We are going to be right back casting that very exciting match here, and we will be right back after a short break. Stay tuned, folks. These are not matches you want to miss.
Splatoon Stronghold, a stronghold for competitive Splatoon, providing resources to long-timers and newcomers alike. If you're new to the competitive scene or still figuring out how to join, we have a getting started guide and plenty of other resources to help you in your journey. If you are a seasoned veteran, we still have plenty to offer. You can find and join tournaments as well as participate in our Captain Forum and find free agents and teams. Our mission is to make competitive Splatoon easily accessible to everyone. So what are you waiting for? Join the Splatoon Stronghold today!